Hello, my name is Abigail and my Summa project was a model of the tabernacle. The time period in antiquity that my project represents is the Exodus time period, which is circa 1897 to circa 1440 BC. The great book that my project represents is the book of Exodus in the Bible in the Old Testament. The last third of the Exodus, which is around 15 chapters, is concerned with the building of the tabernacle. Something I found interesting during this project when I was doing my research was that I found it really cool that Moses was able to retain all the instructions God had given him, because half of those 15 chapters I just mentioned was God's instructions to Moses, so I found that really interesting. The Bible verse I've chosen to represent my project is Hebrews 9:11, which says, "But when Christ came as the high priest of the good things that are now already here, he became a more greater and more perfect tabernacle than one made with human hands." God used the tabernacle in so many ways, such as the priesthood, the sacrifices, the offerings, and the Day of Atonement as a visual aid to shed light on the completed work of Jesus Christ on the cross. The reason I chose this project was because when my first project idea didn't work out, my mom gave me the idea to make a model of the tabernacle, and when I went to do research for my proposal, I found the information that I had missed really interesting, because when I first read it in our Great Books class, I realized that I had missed out on so many of the details. The historical background of my project is the significance that it had in the Old Testament. The significance that the tabernacle had in the Old Testament. God had designed the tabernacle a really amazing way. He divided the tabernacle into three parts: the outer courtyard, the holy place, and the most holy place. He had Moses put 7 objects of furniture in the tabernacle, which were the bronze altar and the wash basin, which were in the outer courtyard, the golden lampstand, the altar of incense, and the table of bread, which were in the holy place, and the Ark of the Covenant and the mercy seat, which were in the most holy place. God also had Moses institute a priesthood with the tabernacle, where he had a high priest from the line of Aaron and priests from the tribe of Levi. I created this project by first spray painting the baseboard. Another thing I found interesting while researching for my project was that the Israelites were constantly moving with God's signal, which was a pillar by day and a cloud of fire by night. And so they were constantly in the desert moving around, so I spray painted my base with sand texture spray paint. After I spray painted the base, I was able to find 3D printed objects of the tabernacle online, so I got those and I painted them, and it was brutal. There were about 100 pillars to paint, and it took a very long time and the majority of my time for this project. After I finished painting all the objects, I assembled the tabernacle. The materials I used were the 3D printed objects, acrylic paints, paint brushes, coarse stone texture spray paint, scissors, super glue, toothpicks, a container of water, paper towels, and cardboard. Some successes I had with my project was that I was able to bank the 30 hours that we were required to have, and also that I was able to finish the project in time. Frustrations that I had were that the spray paint took 2 weeks to dry on the base, so that was kind of annoying. And another frustration I had was that we had a lot of homework due during the last couple of weeks that we were working on this project. So to all the teachers, all my teachers in the audience, I think the 9th and 10th grade class can agree that we had a lot of homework, and it kind of made it hard to work on our summer project. I would like to conclude with an interesting pop question for you guys, and if you know the answer, you think you know the answer, I would love to know. So if you see me later tonight, I would like to hear from you. My question is, who can name all the items stored inside the Ark of the Covenant? This concludes my presentation. Are there any questions? Yes.
I know the answer. Right?
Well, you have to tell me when nobody else is listening.
What was the first item that you were going to do?
The first project idea that I had? I wanted to make a bow and arrow from Odysseus, from the Odyssey. Yes.
Was it hard?
It was painting the objects of the tabernacle were kind of hard because it took a very long time to paint the pillars. Yes, Casey.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably building the tabernacle. It was really fun to set up the pillars and the tent. Yes, Ray Ray. There were lambs. The lambs were used as a sacrificial offering by the priests for the atonement of sins. Yes. It took me around 26 hours. Yes.
Being that you use the scripture from Hebrew, do you have a better understanding of Christ's relationship to the tabernacle and the ministry?
Yes, I do. When I was doing my research, the parallels with the Old Testament tabernacle and the New Testament prophecy, I found that were really cool, and there were a lot of parallels. Yes. Yes, I did paint the animals. Yes.
Has it improved your appreciation for the cross?
It has. It has definitely improved my appreciation. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Other than finishing the project, what other homework did I give you last week?
The last week we did not have homework,
Okay, just kidding.
but the weeks before we did, and it's hard. Thank you.